my name is Teresa Saint Clarence with metric number FS21110703.
Hello, my name is Liu Jin and my matrix number is FS21180003. And my name is Aisha Noalania, matrix number FS21110678.
Hi, my name is Zaid Muhammad Fairuz and my matrix number is FS21110693.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Fauzan bin Kasim with a matric number FS21110706.
And lastly, class 15.
The structure for H2S is there are 4 electron domains around the central atom. The electron domain geometry for H2S is tetrahedral. The hybridization of central atom is sp3. The number of lone pairs on central atom is 2. The molecular geometry for H2S is bent. This is the Lewis structure for SO2. There are 3 electron domains around the central atom. The electron domain geometry for SO2 is trigonal planar. The hybridization of the central atom, which is S, is sp3. The number of lone pairs on the central atom is 1. The molecular geometry for SO2 is bent. This is the Lewis structure for HCN compounds. There are 2 electron domains around the central atom. The electron domain geometry for HCN compound is linear. The hybridization of the central atom, which is C, is sp. The number of lone pairs on central atom is 0. There are none lone pairs. The molecular geometry for HCN is linear.
For our compound name is I3 minus, the Lewis structure is this one, and then the electron domain at central atom is 5. Then the electron domain geometry is trigonal bipyramid, and then the hybridization is sp3d, and then the number of lone pair is 3, and the last one, the molecular geometry is linear. For our compound name is PCl3, the Lewis structure is this one, and then the electron domain at central atom is 4. The electron domain geometry is tetrahedral. The hybridization is sp3. The number of lone pair is 1 at central atom. The molecular geometry is trigonal pyramidal. CO3 2 minus. The Lewis structure is this one, and then the electron domain at central atom is 3. The electron domain is trigonal planar. The hybridization is sp2. The number of lone pair is none at central atom, and the last one, the molecular geometry is trigonal planar.
So for BRF3, the Lewis structure is the electron domain at central atom is the electron domain geometry is the hybridization of BRF3 is number of bond pairs, and lastly the molecular geometry of BRF3 is the SO4 the Lewis structure is the electron domain at central atom is, and then the electron domain symmetry is, the hybridization of SO14 is, number of bond pairs, and the molecular geometry is. So for ClF4 positive, the Lewis structure is, the electron domain at central atom is, the electron domain geometry is, the hybridization of ClF4 positive is, number of bond pairs, and lastly, the molecular geometry of ClF4 positive is.
This is for Cl4 minus. The Lewis structure is like this. We have 6 electron domain at central atom, while the electron domain geometry is octahedral. Hybridization is sp3d. We have 2 number of lone pairs, and the molecule of geometry is square planar. Next, for the AsF5, the Lewis structure is like this. It has 5 electron domain at central atom. The electron domain geometry is trigonal bipyramidal. The hybridization is also sp3d. It has none of number of lone pairs, and the molecular geometry is also trigonal bipyramidal.
Compound has a formula SF5 minus. The Lewis structure is, it has 6 electron domains around the central atom, and the electron domain geometry is octahedral. Next, the hybridization is, and it has 1 number of lone pair. And lastly, the molecular geometry for this compound is a square pyramidal. This compound has a formula PF6 minus with the Lewis structure, and it has 6 electron domains around the central atom, and the electron domain geometry is an octahedral. The hybridization is this, and it has 0 number of lone pair. And lastly, the molecular geometry is octahedral.